Hey, PCBC family, this is Justin Gammon, your Connections Pastor, connecting with you right here on social media. Oh, quarantine is real going on right now. Been stuck in this house, waiting for this to be over. I'm also not an empty nester anymore. My son is back. He moved back, got forced to move back. He was so happy about it. Yeah, no. But I'll tell you, it's crazy. Just got used to it, and now he's back, and I'm thrilled to death to have him back in the home. But this whole time has just been a crazy time for all of us. It's hard to even kind of put into words what we're seeing every day, every hour, every minute. Something seems to be changing, and over the time of watching the media, watching the news. Seeing things on TV seems like it's always on there. We're looking at social media. What God is, trying to show me during this time is not to listen to what the world has to say. And what I'm seeing from all around the world to even in our city, there's a lot of bitterness out there right now going on. And there's anger, a lot of lack of trust, for sure, a lot of lack of trust. And even some as our faith has been rocked a little bit. And wondering is God still here? Or does God even care about what's going on? Has he removed himself away? And I'll tell you, one thing that I've loved during this time, even though it's been awkward, it's been something to learn, something to have to try to readjust to, is I love during this time, even though we haven't been able to be together physically, we've gotten to still be together through the internet and technology. And it shows me a lot that church isn't about the building. It's about who we are as a church family and who we're following. And in that, we still have to minister and we still have to help people connect with the Lord. That's what we're called to do, because there is bitterness, there is anger, there's lack of trust. Faith has been rocked by so many things. Wondering if God is out there still. Does God care? And we want to be able to answer those questions. Been reading a lot lately, and I want to read y'all a story, if you don't mind, if you'll just indulge me that a little bit. It's from a book called The Dance of Hope. It's by Bill Frey. And it tells of a blind student named John that Bill Frey tutored at the University of Colorado in 1951. And it's a great story that I think will really apply to what we're doing today and what I'm talking about, and just maybe some answering some questions that people are having right now in the world. I'm going to have to put on these readers real quick. Sorry about that. But here's a story about John from the University of Colorado. It says, one day, Bill Frey, that wrote the book, asked John how he had become blind. The sightless student described an accident that happened in his teenage years. The tragedy took not just the boy's sight, but also his hope. I was bitter and angry with God, John said, for letting this happen. And I took my anger out on everyone around me. I felt that since I had no future, I wasn't going to lift a finger on my own behalf. Let others wait on me. I shut my bedroom door and refused to come out except for meals. His admission surprised Bill. The student he assisted displayed no bitterness or anger. He asked John to explain the change. John credited his father that was weary of the pity party and ready for his son to get on with his life. He reminded the boy of the impending winter and told him to mount the storm windows. And he says, do not do the work before I get home or else. The dad insisted and slammed the door on the way out. Man, I've done that plenty of times with my boys. Slamming the door, insisting. And they're not blind. Can you imagine during this time of what this John felt when his dad said that. John reacted with anger, muttering and cursing and groping all the way to the garage. He found the windows, the stepladder, and the tools and went to work. He says, "They'll be sorry when I fall off my ladder and break my neck." But he didn't fall. Little by little, he inched around the house and finished the chore. The assignment achieved the dad's goal. John reluctantly realized he could still work and begin to reconstruct his life. Years later, he learned something else that happened about that day. When he shared this detail, his blind eyes misted. "I later discovered," John said, "that at no time during the day had my father ever been more than 4 or 5 feet from my side. The father had no intentions of letting the boy fall." And I get to thinking about that even where we are right now, is that even though the situation is so crazy that we can't really describe it, we wonder, is God really there? Is God a part of this whole thing? Has he left us? I want you to know that God is nowhere away from you. He is so close to you that he has no desire for you to fall. He has no desire for me to fall during this time. Great verses that go along with this story is 1 Peter 1:5. And it says this: "You are shielded by God's power." You may not be able to see him, but he is present. And we're shielded by that power. Also in Jude 24, it says, "He is able to keep you from falling and to present you before his glorious presence without fault and with great joy." God's power is all around us. God's presence is all around us. It may look bleak and we may not be able to see him physically around us, but his presence and his Holy Spirit is always going to be there with us. And there are times that we have bitterness and we have anger and we have lack of trust and our faith is a little bit rocked. And I just need you to know, and I need to remind myself, that God's presence is near. He's always going to be there for us. He's going to shield us from anything that can hurt us because he doesn't want us to fall. He wants us to be faithful to him. To where in these times that we're living, our faith grows, not diminishes. It grows and becomes stronger for what God is doing in our life today. When all this is over, we're going to see a stronger church. We're going to be able to see us grow even more and be stronger for what God is using this time to build in us. So I want to encourage you today, if you're a little bit angry or bitter or questioning God, don't do that. Don't allow that to happen. But know that his presence is nearby. He may push us a little bit to maybe strengthen our faith, but he is never far away. Man, I miss my PCBC family, and I sure do love my church. And I really want you to be encouraged today. And I encourage you today to pray for yourself, pray for your church, pray for our country, pray for our government, pray for all the decisions that are being made. Because we want the strength that God can give us to be flowing through the people that are making decisions today. And I just hope you're encouraged today. I know I am. And I love you, and I hope to see you soon. See you later, PCBC.